All right, y'all, what's up? Live here. So, we're gonna make some coffee kombucha from espresso right now. Got some chili. So one thing I want to talk about while I'm making this coffee kombucha. First thing first, before I get to talking shit. Things you need. So I got this kombucha kit, right? The kombucha kit came with this, a SCOBY, and some starter juice and some tea with like a drop cloth. But I didn't plan on using tea. I just needed the starter juice. It's a concentrated kombucha juice. And I like the jar, but I also went and bought this vessel right here that I use. I store my kombucha in it, and if I open that vessel up, you'll see there's a big old SCOBY. It covers this whole vessel, and I just leave the kombucha in there, and that's where I'm going to be getting my starter from. So just that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make probably 8 shots of espresso, put them in here, add water to that, and then put I think it's like 8 cups. So my starter kit, it comes with a card, tells you everything. Let's read it. I'm gonna read it off now because this is just a live video, but the brewing instructions say, in a medium-sized pot, bring 4 cups of filtered water to a boil and then turn off. You want to put your tea in there, right? They're saying, they give you a blend pouch. They're saying put 3 tablespoons of tea in to 4 cups of boiled water, right? And then, which I'm going to have 4 cups of espresso instead of that. Then you're going to pour a cup of sugar in, stir it up, and then you're going to take 8 cups of cold water, pour it in there, and you pour your filtered stuff into that. So that's basically what you're doing. I'm just substituting with espresso. So I guess I do need a measuring cup. Measuring cup here. Here's the measuring cup. So we'll get the espresso going, and we'll get 4 cups of espresso in there, and we'll get our 8 cups of water. I'll start that now so it's not so cold. That way I can throw my kombucha right on in there. See, this here is in cc's. It says 700 cc's. I don't know how much that is. So I'm just going to fill this with 4 cups. See if it holds 4 cups. That's 2 cups. I think that 700 cc's is like 3 cups, y'all. If my girl was here, she could tell me off the top of her head. She works in a hospital and they use that kind of stuff. So yeah, 700 cc's is 3 cups. That's 3 cups. So that wouldn't be enough to do my whole espresso. We'll pour that 3 cups in there. Which means I need 5 more cups. So there's 5 cups. there's 7 cups. I just need 1 more cup, and that's our water. All right. So there's the 8 cups of water we need. Now we just gotta brew up some, about, I don't know, a few shots of espresso. I'll judge it later. It's gonna be strong though. It's gonna be nice and strong. So first thing we do, lay out our espresso shots and get them ground up. Got the Kaya Pearl here on the job for the coffee kombucha. I want roughly 22 grams. I got a Bazera Strega. My portafilter is a little bigger than the average portafilter that you would put 18 grams in. So I usually use about 22 grams, especially if it's a mild coffee, which is what that is. This is a mild Ethiopian coffee, complex coffee. So I used it before to make some coffee kombucha, and it came out real good. It's got an acidity level of 6, body of 6, sweetness of 6, roast of 3. So it's not, you know, a burnt bean at all. That roast of 3, it makes them a little harder to grind, but it's better for the coffee. Let's get this ground up. There we go. So I think I want to talk to y'all about something here about that presidential assassination. I've been watching all these videos, assassination attempt. I've been watching all these videos about it, and like, they got Secret Service agents and everything on there, and they're not stating the obvious. You know, it's really weird. I'm gonna tell you, coming from somebody who shoots, somebody who's a hunter, that some don't seem right. First of all, the Secret Service is leaving it up to the regular police in whatever town that was to get the area set, right? So this is what I want to say. 150 yards is an easy shot for anybody who shoots. All right, that's not only an easy shot, that's an easy put out the eye shot. Like, if you got a good rifle and a decent scope, at 150 yards, you should easily be able to shoot an eyeball out. You know, I'm talking about any hunter can go through and get headshots on squirrels at 150 yards, right? So I find it kind of weird that it would be 150-yard perimeter for the, you know, the police is out doing anything over 150 yards. I mean, that's just that the Secret Service is only in the immediate, 50 yards? That don't make sense. That right away doesn't make sense. I mean, that means anybody who's got a decent rifle and can get within range, President's good as dead. That's all I'm saying. That right there, that part of the protocol for the Secret Service, I could see maybe if it was just a senator or something. You know, there's a senator out there. You know, he ain't really that well known. But we're talking about the 45th President of the United States has a detail from Secret Service where their protocol is only to secure what, the 40 to 50 yard perimeter. I'm talking about, that's AR-15 shots. 40 to 50 yards. That's a red dot AR-15 shooter, right? That they're securing the president from. But anybody, you know, most presidential assassinations have been from a rifle at distance. I mean, you only start making a difficult shot. I would say most shooting ranges, you can find 100 to 150 yard shooting range almost anywhere. Now, when you start talking about a 300 to a 500 yard shooting range, you don't find a lot of those. So I could see if we're gonna do a double. We're gonna double up on this double shot here, just so we get everything out of this coffee bean. We'll double that up. I can see if they had like maybe a 400 yard perimeter. Now, most guys ain't making a 400 yard shot. Not a headshot, right? You got to be really well practiced. You know, you got to have a high-end scope. You got to have a good rifle that you shoot with, right? But you could take almost any rifle and a decent scope and make 150 yard headshot. I mean, that's something you could go to somebody's farm and get sighted in, or you could just go to a river somewhere and sight in that 150 yard headshot. Or, you know, you sight it in at 50 yards really and make a 150 yard shot. Here's the worst thing about it. You could get some 300 blackout, put a silencer on it, and get some subsonic ammo and make a 150 yard shot and go undetected. Matter of fact, you could take an air gun that you could buy a silencer without getting any paperwork and get a 30 caliber pellet or slug and make a 150 yard kill shot in complete silence. How in the world are the Secret Service allowing, you know, a protocol where they're only securing a 40 to 50 yard perimeter? It just don't make sense to me. That's first thing. That's first thing. The second thing is after the president gets shot, he's shot in the ear, they kill a shooter. They kill a shooter. Now, normal protocol I would think. I don't know what the Secret Service's protocol. Well, now I do. Now I can assume what the Secret Service protocol is. But I would say before I would have thought differently. But how is the Secret Service protocol? You kill a shooter. You don't know if he's the shooter. You kill a shooter. And after that, you allow the president to get up, pump his fist, his face, his head is in plain sight for another shooter to take him out, right? And I seen his head the whole time they're moving him to the car. But the worst part of it is his head was right back there at the podium as a stationary target for at least 15 seconds. Now you got a professional shooter, he's a dead president. What kind of protocol is that? I mean, you ain't supposed to see the president, any vital areas of the president after there's been a shooting at all. Less muss his head in the exact same spot where the shooting took place. What kind of Secret Service protocol do we got going on? We supposed to just sit back and say that was normal? I mean, I hear a lot of criticism about the Russian army and how they're just completely incompetent, you know. They should have been ended this war in Ukraine, but their army is incompetent and they just throw a whole bunch of bodies at it. But when I'm looking at our Secret Service, now this is just a small group, you know, this ain't a whole army. This is a small group that you could really have well trained. They're protecting presidents of the United States, right? And the level of incompetence that was just displayed makes me think, if this is our best of the best, this is our elite, these are our specialists, and this is the kind of incompetence we have, how well will we fare in war now? Because that means, you know, the massive army is even more incompetent. That's what we just displayed to the world. That, you know, our Secret Service, our best of the best, is incompetent. So, what does that mean about our Army, our Air Force, our Navy? I know the Marines is still tight, you know. They just ain't getting into the Secret Service. But coming from the Navy, when I was getting out of the Navy, it was starting to get incompetent. Right? Now we just got a bunch of people getting in the military so that they can get benefits. You know, the main thing is they get in, they call a lawyer, and they find out how much percentage of disability they can get on their way out. So they're in there trying to figure out ways to get medical disability. They're not in there trying to figure out how to be the best they can be no more, right? I'm talking about Air Force, Navy, Army. I don't know about Marines. I mean, Marines is still pretty, you know, they be about their pride thing. The real go-getters go to the Marines, you know what I mean? They be ready for action. That's probably the last branch of the military that we got that has any competence, though. After seeing what I seen with the Secret Service, that's what I got to say. We need to get more Marines in the Secret Service. I don't know if they're letting private outfits in and do this or what, but the real deal guys are not going to the Secret Service is what it looked like to me. After seeing what I seen with the Secret Service, that's what I got to say. We need to get more Marines. So yeah, that was a real blunder. That was a real blunder. Coming from the Secret Service that's protecting the 45th president of the United States, a controversial president at that. You know, you would think he's got the best of the Secret Service. I mean, between him and Obama, I would say these are the two presidents that would be most likely to be assassinated. And if I'm thinking that, you know, I would say a majority of people were thinking that. I would say that your best special forces details are on these two presidents, right? So I'm just going to assume that this is one of our best Secret Service details that Donald Trump has, and this was the blunder we got. I have to say, either We're just like Russia, where we have mass incompetence, and our military is basically incompetent and incapable of protecting us. Or this was a psyop. Or the government set out to assassinate Donald Trump. It's one of the three. It's one of the three. I hope it's not the first one that we just have incompetent blunders in our Secret Service, military, and special forces. Because if this is the best of the best out of it, if these guys are the cream of the crop, then what are the mediocre guys like? You know, how incompetent are the mediocre guys? If this is our best of the best, this is what we got protecting the president, right? The best of the best. Small detail that you can train, you know. I don't know, y'all.
What are the mediocre guys?
It ain't good.
How incompetent are the mediocre
It ain't good.
If this is our best of the best, this is what we got protecting the president, right? The best of the best. Small detail that you can train, you know.
It ain't good. Let me show y'all something right quick. Let me show y'all something right quick.
It ain't good. If this is our best of the best, this is what we got protecting the president, right? The best of the best. Small detail that you can train, you know. It ain't good. Let me show y'all something right quick. Let me show y'all that.
Show y'all something. This right here is an air gun, yo. This is an air gun. This is a big old silencer that goes on it, right? And this right here is a slug. Now this is my 17, but you can change the barrel and put a 30 caliber slug on that, right? That's a little slug. It's like a bullet that you put in there.
This right here.
You see that scope I got on that? This is a mid-range scope.
This is my 17, but you can change the barrel and put a 30
real
caliber
rifle,
slug on that, right? That's a little
you can hit a headshot with this out to about 800 yards with this scope. But listen to this.
You see that scope I got on that?
That's not loud at all. You know, if from 150 yards, nobody in the vicinity heard that shot, and that's an eyeball shot at 150 yards. You can hit an eyeball, and somebody's able to go undetected with a rifle. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. What are we doing? What is America coming to?
50 yards, nobody in the vicinity heard that shot, and that's an eyeball shot at 150 yards. You can hit an eyeball. And somebody's able to...
That's me. I can hit an eyeball. You know, I'm hitting squirrels in the head at 150 yards with that setup right there. Now, with a 22 caliber, but it's even easier. 17. But if you calculate your drop right and everything, you could do it with a 30 caliber.
At 150 yards,
it's just gonna explode the squirrel's head at that point. So I don't understand it, y'all. I really don't understand it. How do we let this? What kind of security do we have? This is the land of guns and bullets. You know, it's lots of guys. There's lots of guys in America that shoot better than me that aren't sharpshooters or nothing like that. They're just, you know, come on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We got Secret Service out here, and they ain't ready. They ain't ready. They protecting the president, and they ain't ready. It's really hot. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to this coffee kombucha because we almost done with it here. So it looks like I'm gonna have 300 cc's pretty quickly. That's gonna be basically three coffee cakes there. So it looks like I'm gonna have 300 cc's. I'm at 300 with just those two. That's 300 cc's. This one should put me at about maybe 500, 400 cc's. Now, I'll probably fill the rest of that up with hot water. And get some sugar in it, and be ready for kombucha. Get that nice and ground up. Hey, what's up? What happened to your face? Oh, that's not. What's up? I'm making kombucha. I'm in the middle of a grind here. Baby girl. How was y'all's hike, babe? Huh?
Pretty much good, but I was mad.
Yeah, I'm live though.
I was mad because there was too much spider webs.
It was too much what?
Spider webs.
Spider webs everywhere.
We went from the forest and then we went to the road.
Oh yeah.
Dude, she flipped out.
For the spider?
Oh, she was done. She was shaking, screaming.
Was it big spiders?
They're long leg spiders and red spiders.
Red spiders? Oh yeah, that's scary. That sounds like a Spider-Man spider. You saw a red spider? Did it have any blue on his back?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's Spider-Man.
No, I had to get her to calm down and realize, I'm like, we can turn around. It's a longer
And
walk.
his
We're
legs
almost
were
done.
black.
Black legs. Whoa. That was a Spider-Man spider. You could have got bit by him and got some superpowers. Like Spider-Man. You could have got superpowers. You should have ran from us. You should have caught that spider.
She did touch a caterpillar.
You found the caterpillar too? Y'all had a good time. I should have went hiking with y'all. I like hiking.
Pennies.
Y'all should have took my tent out there and see if you could set it up.
Why?
To try it out. See how good it is. If y'all can set it up, anybody can.
I think Gabrielle's in your chickens.
Yes, Abiel's out there in my chicken room. What is that? Because they too close to each other? I can't hear this noise. Well, Man, I made them go through that whole. I didn't know. I think that being close to the GoPro got it making all that loud noise. That gave me 500. Not even 500. I might need like one more shot of espresso on this.
She ain't your chicken. She ain't coming in. She told me bye.
Is she over there with the quail or the chicken?
The brown box.
Oh my God. She done lifted it up. She learned from you, Sweet Bubble. You the one taught her. Yesterday they were in there telling me they was trying to kill her. Avril had a flathead screwdriver poking it in that cage. They talking about we trying to kill the quail. Like, what in the world? They left the chickens alone. They were messing with them quail over there. I'm like, oh gosh. I really got to get a little hutch built up and get them out of here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Angela had a complete and total freak out. She wasn't happy at first. I'm like, come on, you're fine. Keep going. But then she flipped out. I'm like, we're stuck.
Just a half cup scooper. I'm going to do a cup of sugar in this. Did Avril flip out over the spider?
No, she was on my back. She was cool. It's a good thing we canceled that vacation. I don't think it would have gone well.
So they want you to put 4 cups of fluid in there. So I'm going to add some hot water to this when I'm done, because right now the temperature is below fit. Well, it's right at, I think it says 70 right now. So I might not have to add no hot water. This should blend out perfect. Get this dissolved. And then I'll give it a taste, see how it should just taste like strong coffee. I like to add a little corn syrup to mine. Everything like corn syrup. Everything like some corn syrup. That make the bacteria grow faster. It's like MSD. They just eat more of the coffee. So the secret to making coffee kombucha, and I think even the secret to making like any kombucha, is freshness. And the reason I use coffee, I'm no expert on tea. So I don't know if I have fresh tea or if the tea is stale or what. I don't really know tea. But I do know coffee. And if you use fresh coffee to make your coffee kombucha, you get a SCOBY every time. I've never used stale coffee to try to make coffee kombucha, but I hear a lot of people talking about they failed when they were trying to make their coffee kombucha. And I think the reason for that is they had stale coffee. Most coffee is stale. Like this coffee is still fresh, but this is a June 3rd coffee. And I bought it in June. I ain't been really drinking a lot of coffee, so it's been sitting. But normally, you know, my coffee's real fresh. That, it's almost, it's, what? This might be a month old. This is a month old, but it's still fresher than anything you could get from a Costco or a grocery store, anywhere like that. I go straight to Boston Stoker. They're a roaster. They roast the coffee. I go straight to their store and buy that, and I get it fresh. So if you can find a coffee shop, especially one that roasts their own coffee, you usually can find some good coffee there that's not stale. If it's within 2 months, you're probably good. Beyond 2 months, I don't know. It might still be good enough to make kombucha. You might not be that good to drink, but as far as making kombucha, it's probably still good for that. So we'll clean this up. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. There it is, y'all. My coffee kombucha. The temp went to 76. That's still within range. I might even be able to add a little hot water into this. It's at 78, so I might be able to add some cold water actually. Let me add some cold water to it. I was a little under the 3 cups. I'm just gonna take it to like 500. Hey babe! How many cups is 500 cc's? How many cups is 500 cc's?
30 cc's in an ounce, and there's 8 ounces in a cup.
See, I told y'all she know all about these cc's. I don't know shit about a cc. You gotta ask a hospital worker about that kind of shit. She be on some cc's.
So,
How many cups is 500 cc's?
30 cc's.
an ounce, and there's 8 ounces in a cup, so that's 240. So you got about 2 cups.
About 2 cups, 240 is almost perfect. So I did 500, that was almost 2 cups of water. That puts us right where we want to be. Now the next thing is to get us some starter. Get that right out of this vessel. About 2 cups, 240 is almost perfect. So I did 500. That's starter right there. That puts us right where we want to be. Next thing is, I don't need to put a SCOBY in here. I just put the starter in here, and this is gonna make its own SCOBY. And that's a good thing about having some fresh coffee. It will make a SCOBY just off of the starter. So in about a week, I'll have another SCOBY coming up out of this. Because it just loves that environment that it's in with that fresh coffee. It just gives it lots. Everything it needs to build that SCOBY. If you got stale coffee, you're not going to get no SCOBY. You might get kombucha, but it won't make a SCOBY. So, I think that's probably enough right there. But I'm going to put one more. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. I like for my SCOBY to fill out that whole thing, but I got a little high on this one. And that's it, y'all. That is coffee kombucha. Nobody watch.
Did you just scream at her?
I didn't get nobody watching. Nobody watching. Nobody learned how to make coffee kombucha today. Here's something. Clean this up. Oh, out of water. I got my coffee kombucha done just in time. I done ran out of water.
Calling your birds ducks. I want duck mom. I want duck mom.
Yeah, she been calling them ducks since yesterday. I told her them chicks and quail. She keep calling them ducks. She keep calling them ducks. What's up now? What she know about a duck? I got chickens and she calling stuff ducks. That's their little books and stuff. They need to put more chickens in them little books for the kids. Ducks. What she know about a duck? I got chickens and she calling stuff ducks. That's their little books and stuff. They need to put more chickens in them little books for the kids. There's this little ringing noise that went through my whole live video. Nobody's gonna watch it because of that noise. I don't know what that is. I wonder
Because
if
you're too close together.
I thought that's probably what it was. Next time I ain't gonna do the preview video.
What you think of my motion picture?
I like it. I didn't notice it until I was almost done. So I'm making noise anyway.
They were also running here, but I didn't have an emotion.
So they got a trail out there. How long is that trail?
I don't know. It connects to the Triangle Park and all that.
What?
Yeah, it says it's 9 miles away from Triangle, 10 from Riverscape.
There's no way it connects. I would have done rode out there already.
Somehow it connects. It's telling you what the sign said.
I
And
done
Vandalia.
rode that whole thing, but
I'm telling you what the sign said.
ain't no way.
Triangle Park and all that.
What?
Yeah.
Ain't no way. I done rode both directions.
Triangle, 10 from Riverscape.
There's no way it connects. I would have done rode out there
I'm
already.
telling you what the sign said. 9 point something miles to Triangle, 10 to Riverscape.